Come have a nice day. Today is Thursday, 26th of December 2024. This day is celebrated as Veer Baldivas. In Indian history, Veer Baldivas tragically all four sons were killed by the Mughal army before they reached the age of the 19. To honor their martyrdom, Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced last year that December 26 would be celebrated as Veer Baldivas. Now from the world news, including ambush by ousted Assad loyalists kills 14 security personnel, as says Syria. New York taxi crashes into the pedestrians on Christmas Day, 7 injured. Azerbaijan Airlines a plane crash, 29 passengers including 2 children survived crash in Kazakhstan. Desi Bouter's ex-Suriname dictator dies at 79. Azerbaijan Airlines plane hits ground, bursts into flames in the Kazakhstan. 38 killed after Russia-bound passenger plane crashes in Kazakhstan. Now from the Hindu newspaper, we have at least 10 killed in Israeli airstrikes on Gaza, says medics. 5 people were killed and 20 wounded in an Israeli airstrike on a house in Gaza City's Zaytun neighborhood, the medics reported. Israeli strikes in Gaza, 10 killed, including journalists, as a ceasefire agreement remains elusive between Hamas and Israel. At least 10 people were killed and more than a dozen wounded in Israeli strikes on Gaza early on Thursday, December 26, 2024. Medics with the Gaza health authorities said 5 people were killed and 20 wounded in an Israeli airstrike on a house in the Gaza City's Zaytun neighborhood. The medics reported they warned the death toll could rise as many remain trapped under the rubble. 14 Syrian police killed in an ambush as unrest spreads. Syrian police imposed an overnight curfew in the city of Homs after unrest. They are linked to demonstrations that residents said were led by the members of the minority Alawi and Shiite Muslim religion communities. 14 members of Syrian police were killed in an ambush by forces loyal to the ousted government in the Tartus countryside. The transitional administration said early on Thursday, December 26, 2024, as demonstrations and an overnight curfew elsewhere marked the most widespread unrest since Bashar al-Assad's removal more than 2 weeks ago. Syria's new interior minister said on Telegram that 10 police members were also wounded by what he called the remnants of the Assad government in Tartus, vowing to crack down on anyone who dares to undermine Syria's security or endanger the lives of its citizens. Earlier, Syrian police imposed an overnight curfew in the city of Homs. State media reported after arrests they are linked to demonstrations that the residents said were led by the members of the minority Alawi and Shiite Muslim religious communities. Reuters could not immediately confirm the demands of the demonstrators nor the degree of the disturbance that took place. Baby freezes to death overnight, alas. In the Gaza, as Israel and Hamas trade accusations of the ceasefire delays, hundreds of thousands in Gaza are packed into dense camps along the coast as the cold, wet winter sets. A baby girl froze to death overnight in Gaza, while Israel and Hamas accused each other of complicating ceasefire efforts that could wind down the 14-month war. A baby girl froze to death overnight in Gaza, while Israel and Hamas accused each other of complicating ceasefire efforts that could wind down the 14-month war. The 3-week-old baby was the third to die from the cold in Gaza's tent camps in the recent days, said the doctors. The death underscored the squalid conditions, with the hundreds of thousands of Palestinians crammed into often ramshackle tents after fleeing Israeli bombardment and offensives. Israel's bombardment and ground invasion of Gaza have killed over 45,000 Palestinians, more than half of them women and children, according to the Gaza's health ministry, which does not distinguish between fighters and civilians in its count. The offensive has caused widespread destruction and displaced some 90% of the Gaza 2.3 million people. Often multiple times, hundreds of thousands are packed into the tent camps along the coast as the cold, wet winter sets in. Aid groups have struggled to deliver food and supplies, and says there are shortages of blankets, warm clothing, and wood for fires. Now going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that NDA to keep up heat on opposition in Ambedkar row. Senior NDA leaders at a key meeting of the coalition partners in Delhi on Wednesday. Managing the fallout of the country controversy surrounding Home Minister Amit Shah's speech in the parliament and better coordination between the allies for the structured meeting between the union minister and lawmakers dominated a meeting of parties that are part of the National Democratic Alliance (NDA) that was held at the residence of the Bharatiya Janata Party BJP president and the union minister JP Nadda. Nadda and Shah led the discussions. People are aware of what transpired during the meeting, said on condition and on MITI. Expectedly, they added one of the issues discussed was a debate on the constitution in the recently concluded winter session of parliament, specifically the controversy over Shah's speech during which the opposition alleged he insulted the B.R. Ambedkar. Prime Minister Modi kicks off ambitious Kian-Betwa River linking project. Prime Minister Narendra Modi lays foundation stone of the Kian-Betwa River linking project in Khajuraho on Wednesday. PM Narendra Modi on Wednesday laid the foundation stone of the interstate Kian-Betwa River linking project to channel excess water from the Kian River in Madhya Pradesh into the Betwa, saying the long-awaited linkage will open new doors of prosperity in the Bundelkhand region. Nearly 4.4 million people across the 12 districts of Madhya Pradesh and 2.1 million in the 10 districts of the Uttar Pradesh will get drinking water under this project, which is estimated to cost 44,605 crore, and over 1 million hectares of farmland covering 2,000 villages will benefit from the project that is also projected to generate 103 megawatt of hydropower and 27 megawatt of solar energy, officials of the plan said. Quad members next leaders summit in month of September. The members of the Quad are exploring the possibility of holding the next leaders summit, which will be hosted by the India in September next year. People familiar with the matter said. Prime Minister Narendra Modi with the United States President Joe Biden, Australian President Anthony Albanese, and Japan's former Prime Minister Fumio Kishida ahead of the Quad leaders summit at Wilmington in September. Intense cold wave conditions in Kashmir. Srinagar records minus 7.3 degrees Celsius. Fully frozen the lake in Srinagar on Wednesday. Minimum temperatures decreased at most places in Kashmir as well as the valley continued to reel under the intense cold conditions, leading to the freezing of several water bodies and water supply lines in many areas. Srinagar recorded a low of 7.3 degrees Celsius on Tuesday night, down from the previous nights, that is minus 6.6 degrees Celsius, the meteorological department said on Wednesday. It has predicted a tip of 2 to 3 degrees in the minimum temperatures in Kashmir over the next 2 days. Fresh gunfights erupted between the miscreants in strife-torn Manipur places. Fresh gunfights erupted between the miscreants at different locations in the strife-torn Manipur place said on Wednesday. Security personnel patrol in the sensitive area of Manipur. Gunfights occurred at the Thamanapokpi village and Uyukching in Impal East and Kangpokpi districts respectively on Tuesday night. Another gunfight erupted at around 7 a.m. on Wednesday at Sinam village in the Kundrakpam assembly constituency under the Sagolamang police station in Paul East district. Police said that no casualties were reported in either incident, as senior Manipur police officer speaking on the condition of anonymity told Hindustan Times that both the incidents were a result of a provocative fighting. Now, from an economy point of view, subdued crude prices helped lower India's oil import bill in the September-November, even as the volume rise. A downward pressure on international oil prices and consequently on India's oil import bill is a positive for the country due to its extremely high dependence on oil imports. The price of the global benchmark Brent crude declined from the around 91 dollar per barrel in early April month to around $71 per barrel by November end. The price of the Indian crude oil basket declined from $89.44 per barrel in April to $73 per barrel in the November. As rupee hit its new lows, a real effective exchange rate soars to an all-time high. The real effective exchange rate (RER) index of the rupee touched a record of 108.14 in the November month, strengthening by 4.5% during this calendar year, according to the latest Reserve Bank of India data. The main reason for the divergence, the rupee is simultaneously weakening this and strengthening, has to do with the dollar's behavior over the past 3 months, especially post Donald Trump's victory in the United States presidential election on November 5. How to put PDS items pre-social transfers in the new retail inflation index, SPI asks experts. The contention is how to change the price of PDS items from positive value to zero, or increase the price of the PDS items from zero to same positive value in an ongoing series, or rather the big question about whether the free PDS items be included in the CPI basket. For the Ministry of the Statistics and Program Implementation, MOSPI, has floated a discussion paper. MOSPI is the process of revising the base of the CPI by updating weights and baskets of the CPI and introducing a possible improvements in the methodology for CPI complication, the ministry said. Going towards the science and tech, we have the moving away from a coal. A must of South Africa's cancer coal case holds. Cancer coal protested in South Africa. The South African government's plan to add more coal power was turned down in a historic judgment by top court. Civil society organization claimed a landmark victory against fossil fuel power in the South Africa on December 4, when the High Court in Pretoria turned down the national government's plan to add more coal-fired power stations to the country's power grid. According to the court, the government's plan was inconsistent with the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa and thus unlawful. Council Core case. In its Integrated Resource Plan (IRP), the government of South Africa announced in October month of 2019 that it plans to add 1,500 megawatt of coal power plant to the country's national grid, 750 megawatt by 2023 and another 750 megawatt by 2027. How the 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake transformed the tsunami size. An aerial view of the Chennai's Marina Beach just after the 2004 tsunami, triggering by an earthquake in the Indian Ocean. The 2004 tsunami surprised researchers and hazard managers alike with its transoceanic reach and unprecedented magnitude. December 26, 2024 marks the 20th year of since the 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake and tsunami. The tsunami generated by the quake of magnitude 9.1 was sourced off the Sumatran coast and was the third largest by magnitude in the world since 1900. The source was 30 km below the ocean floor in the Sunda Trench, where part of the Indo-Australian plate subducts beneath the Burma microplate, which is a part of the Eurasian plate. The 2004 earthquake rippled through 1,300 km of the plate boundary in the fault, tearing from Sumatra in the south out to Cook Islands in the north. The quake was felt in Indonesia, Bangladesh, and India, Malaysia, the Maldives, Myanmar, Singapore, Sri Lanka, and Thailand. It caused severe damage and killed hundreds in the North Sumatra and in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The tsunami was most impactful on distant shores, affecting 17 countries lining the Indian Ocean. CPR can help prevent deaths from science and tech, the need for the more awareness training of this life-saving procedure. CPR is performed to stimulate the heart's function to enable it pump the blood to the vital organs. Trained bystanders can bridge the critical gap between the occurrence of a sudden cardiac arrest and the arrival of the medical help. Earlier this month, several college students and members of the public in the Chennai were given an orientation on conducting cardiopulmonary resuscitation by a private hospital. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation, or CPR, can revive a person who has had a sudden cardiac arrest. However, very often bystanders who may be a witness to someone suffering cardiac arrest do not know what to do, and the person could then die for want of life-sustaining oxygen. What is CPR and when it is significant? Manzoor Sheikh, head of the emergency medicine at Dr. Mehta's hospital in Chennai, explains the importance of CPR and how it performs. A cardiac arrest can happen without a warning anywhere. Health issues such as breathing difficulties, chest pain, profuse sweating, and kidneys can sometimes worsen rapidly into the life-threatening emergencies and can lead to the sudden cardiac arrest. He says. In India, report says that annually 5 to 6 lakh residents die of sudden cardiac arrest. The actual number of them may be far higher. Dr. Shaikh points out in such situations every second matters. Immediate action of the bystander trained in the CPR can double or triple survival chances, Dr. Shaikh says. Now, at last, there is a famous personality who is known by his famous name, Aga Shahid Ali Kizilbash. Birth anniversary 4 February 1949 up to 8 December 2001, was an Indian-born American poet. Born into a Kashmiri Muslim family, Ali immigrated to the United States and became affiliated with the literary movement known as the New Formalism in American poetry. His collections, including a walk through the Yellow Pages, the Half-Inch Himalayas, a nostalgist map of America, the country without a post office. Rooms are never finished. The latter have finalists for the National Book Award in 2001. The University of Uttar awards the Aga Shahid Ali Poetry Prize annually in the memory of this celebrated poet and beloved teacher. A picture by Aga Shahid Ali, where he wraps kilos of meat in the sheets of paper. The ink of the nails stains his knuckles. Script is wet in his palms, Urdu. Bloody at his fingertips, is still fine on his lips. Okay, thank you.